You are listening to Wicked Psychotherapists, a podcast where two psychotherapists show you that taking care of and learning about mental health doesn't have to be wicked hard.
Hey everyone, I'm Tanya dos Santos.
And I'm Erin Gray.
And this is Wicked Psychotherapists, a podcast brought to you by two therapists who are wanting to talk about mental health topics and all things related around that. This is our intro episode. We just wanted to tell you a little bit about ourselves, what the podcast is about, and just let you know what you're getting into when you listen to Wicked Psychotherapists. So let's start out. Let's let our audience know a little bit about ourselves, how we met, why we're doing this, and some of the topics that we might be looking at so they can get a better idea of what this is. So Erin, did you want to talk about your experience and a little bit about who you are and what you bring to this podcast?
Sure, thanks. I am Erin Gray. I'm a mental health counselor. I currently have a private practice. I've been in private practice solely since 2017. Before that, I was doing it just part-time while I was doing my full-time job. I've been completely remote since the beginning of the pandemic, since 2020. I live in Central Florida, originally from New England. That's where we got the name, and we'll go into that a little bit, I'm sure. And what else? I feel like this is the dating game.
If you want to share some stuff about who you are just at home as a person.
Yeah, sure. You'll probably hear me talk a lot about my dog, Paige. I have an office dog. She's a Doberman, very sweet dog. She's always with me, and I have a couple ducks and just got new chickens. They live outside now. They're on the patio waiting to live fully outside. And I have 3 cats, a couple kids.
A whole farm, a whole homestead.
Yeah, I have a little homestead farm and I garden, and you'll probably hear some of that. Those are some of my interests. The other things I like to do, I like to work out, but I'm not like a meathead, but I like to do stuff. So what about you, Tanya?
Sure. Yeah. My name is Tanya dos Santos. I've been a mental health therapist for about 10 years, worked in social services for maybe twice that. Shows my age, but whatever. I've been in private practice only a couple years. Since the middle of the pandemic, I decided to make the leap from a group practice to my own private practice, and still doing that. I work primarily with adults. I used to work with children, but now it's primarily adults, young adults and older adults. I work primarily from a cognitive behavioral perspective, but also some other theories, some other kind of modes of therapy, depending on the client. And I personally live with my husband. We've been married about 6 years. And my little dog, Lucy, who will not be appearing because she's so shy. So every once in a while, she may make a noise in the background, but that's about it. Just who I am. I'm originally from New England. I lived in Florida, which is, again, the connection of how we met and everything. And I love yoga. I love hiking with my dog and my husband, traveling, going on motorcycle trips, things like that. You might hear some of that in the podcast as well, some of those interests. Yeah. So should we talk about how we met, how we know each other, and how this came together?
Yeah, and I feel like I need to say, just so, because I don't think I mentioned that I was married, so I love my husband very much, and I noticed I mentioned my animals and kids, so yes.
Oh yeah, the husband too.
And I mentioned Paige first. Sorry.
She's your loyal office companion, so you saw her. And
everyone else is nameless, but Paige. So. I'll keep everyone's identity hidden for now. Yeah. So we met. We always think our school was kind of unique. We had a satellite campus. We went to Troy University. And the main university is in Alabama. There's like a huge campus, but we went to a satellite campus in Orlando next to a place called Holy Land, which is so bizarre. It's just like Bizarro Land. It should be. It looked like the Coliseum. Like the outside was like a whole Coliseum, and then you could kind of peek in while you're driving by and stuff. You could see like buildings. I guess it was supposed to be Jerusalem or something. So they had it where people would actually go and pay money and walk around and see Holy Land. And everyone was dressed up. I don't know if they had real animals. I saw cutouts of camels and stuff. But
I think they did. I think I saw, I don't know if I'm maybe imagining that now, but I swear I saw like a sheep or something like that. Like
yeah. And we would see like Mary and Jesus going to work and stuff.
Yep. They dressed up as, and we'd just be like, we'd be pulling in and we'd have to stop and let Jesus pass by.
Like, yeah, it would be like, because especially on the weekends, because we took weekend classes too, night and weekend, you would sometimes see Jesus in the back lot walking, because we shared a parking lot with Jesus.
Jesus would be running late, so he had to
hurry up, Jesus.
Get there. Yeah. He has an important role there. Yeah, it was definitely, it was fun though. It was really fun. Yeah. I don't know if I think Holy Land is not open anymore.
No, they just demolished it. And I heard that Advent Health is a big hospital here in Florida. They are building something there. I don't know what they're building, but I was thinking it would have been fun if they kept Holy Land and just built the hospital around.
Built the hospital and stuff. I think that is a very interesting idea, and I'm sad that was not proposed. So yeah, so that was our Holy Land experience, and it was a great one. I love your idea about the hospital and being around Holy Land, but yeah, definitely Google it if you get a chance. So that was the origin of Erin and Tanya. That was our background.
Yeah. Then we went to school for a couple of years at Troy, and it was a small campus, so we got to grow with the people we went with, and it's just some people went different ways, and we never heard from them, but some we stayed in touch. And yeah, Tanya and I think we both went different routes with our counseling. Like I think you did teens at first, teens and young adults.
Yes. Yeah. I was kind of working in a manager position for that.
I tried all different gamuts and then fell into and stayed with, I like working with women and different areas of that. And I've kind of stayed in that realm for the past several years. But yeah, so Tanya approached me a few months ago asking me if I wanted to do a podcast with her.
Yeah, I thought, we have, not only are we both therapists, now we're both in private practice. I know you have a lot more experience in that, but also we're both originally from New England. You still live in Florida. I have lived in Florida. We have some similar family dynamics and everything, sarcasm and stuff. And that's, we were kind of in the name of our podcast, Wicked, we were playing on the name because Wicked is obviously, I don't know if, other people have heard of this. I think so, that it's, meant as a phrase in New England to be like very, like, oh, that's wicked bad, kind of thing. And also wicked because maybe we can be a little sarcastic, a little snarky about things.
Yeah, I guess you can view it however you're hearing it, or want to hear it. But yeah, the Wicked Psychotherapists.
Yeah, and we just thought that was catchy, and our little logo has some witchy hats because we're witchy in that way, and Salem, New England, and that all ties together for us. And I had thought about this would be fun to do a mental health podcast. I just kind of felt like it would be good to talk about some topics, and I immediately thought of Erin because I always thought you were so smart. We always kind of had this connection of, just kind of understanding in class. Sometimes if I'd look over at you, you'd be having the same face that I had, and I just thought she would be so fun. And I was very right,
thanks.
Great partnership. And I just thought this
same with you.
Great.
Yeah. It's nice to find someone that has your same sense of humor and personality.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great, and so we decided, with some of the topics that we want to talk about, with possibly trends and mental health therapy, things that we're maybe seeing with our clients kind of on the whole, or things we're reading about in the news. documentaries and Netflix specials, some other kind of anything that will relate to where we can kind of piece together, maybe add in some commentary, a little bit of snarkiness, whatever it is about mental health.
Yeah, it could be books that we read, shows we've watched, things we keep hearing over from our clients. And that's what started this conversation for us too. We're like, it seems a lot of clients are saying this or that or that. And they're hearing it from Instagram or TikTok or one of the reels, or they're Googling it themselves, and a lot of misinformation out there. Some truth, so we're kind of going to go deep, but not so deep that you fall asleep, but just like,
right.
We want to just go.
We'll keep it light enough. I mean, some things may be, kind of on the deeper end, but I think just offering, we both have a lot of experience in the field, and I think we have a lot of experience in life, right? To offer
that counts.
Perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I read something recently that your time, whatever happened in your life, that counts as experience. So Absolutely. You can be like, oh my God, I have 40 years of experience just from my messed up family, or something like that. But that does count, because it's like, again, we're therapists, and most therapists have therapists, and you're trying to figure out yourself to help others too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well put. I mean, really, that not only do we have the experience as therapists, but also just as humans who have therapists, right? Which we may, kind of touch upon and talk about in certain episodes of how that relates. So, and how we grow as not only therapists, but as individuals and humans, and we can all kind of relate to that. So I think it's a very, we have some fun topics and we have some interesting topics. So we try to get out a couple every month at this point. Of course, that may change along with interest and things like that. So we just wanted to introduce this and hope that you can come and join us and let us know. We're always open to feedback or topics that you might find interesting. So
our goal is to eventually have like one weekly, but right now it's like, let's just try to hit out like a couple a month. And so should we tease them with some of the topics that we're thinking?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
So some of the topics that we've talked about involve a Netflix series. I don't know if we should say the name of it.
No, because we'll let that.
Okay, but it's a pretty popular one. It's interesting. I think a lot of people tuned in on that, but it has some mental health themes. Also different trends like burnout,
ADHD,
and also recently we had thought about the topic last week that was we really enjoyed doing, which was returning to in-person work for the workforce, how that's affecting mental health, and kind of some of the trends behind that.
Yeah, and that could be anyone who's not even in the mental health field. Absolutely. How it could affect them.
Absolutely. Yeah. So those are some of the just some of the topics, and of course we're always open to suggestions, but and we hope you'll join us, because we're really looking forward to talking about this. We have a good time. We're two therapists chatting, but we're also two ladies chatting, and just having a good time. So we laugh a lot. So
yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. And as Tanya mentioned too, we're coming up with the topics, but we're definitely open, and we'll have our Instagram a little active right now. If you find us, there's probably not too much on it, but our goal is to be active with it as well, and to be accessible in different ways.
Absolutely. We're growing, and we really want you to grow with us and to come check us out. So we do not have a set schedule of like a day when they're going to be released, but we will be keeping you up to date with that as we kind of establish that schedule and it becomes more regular.
Yeah. And that's where, if you're following us on Instagram, we would like you to, it's going to be Wicked Psychotherapists, the Wicked Psychotherapists.
The Wicked Psychotherapists. Good catch.
Yeah, the Wicked Psychotherapists. And we will announce then. So if we're like, hey, don't forget to listen to our new episode, or, hey, we're going to start doing episodes every Tuesday, but that won't be now. Like right now we'll be just dropping a couple at a time.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure out our groove and everything, and we'll be dropping it on any platform where you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple. I can't think of other platforms, but pretty much anyone. And I'm sorry, I'm just drawing a blank, but anywhere where you can listen to podcasts, we're going.
But they definitely want us on there, the ones we cannot be named.
Exactly. Yeah, and I apologize. we will be continuing to update you with that. So, yeah, that's us, and we really, we look forward to being with you and to chatting and to having your feedback and having a dialogue, and we really enjoy that. So come check us out. We're just letting you. We're just saying hello and letting you know who we are. So look for us, Wicked Psychotherapists, Erin and Tanya, and thanks for listening. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
And please like, subscribe, share, leave reviews.
We love those. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let us know, even constructive feedback. We're all about it. We're growing, like we said. So we're looking for that.
That's true. That's what we're all about. We're therapists. So we're okay with constructive feedback.
Exactly. That fits in. It all fits. Yeah, but this has been great. So we really, we look forward to this, and we hope to see you, when we drop our first few episodes, and all the discussion and community that we can start to build from there.